All kinds of colourful pattern designs can be created using filters and channels. Channels are super useful, red, green and blue, if you're using RGB. So let's just go right back to the beginning. Always have to have a layer, so layer and new layer. Once you've got that, you need to fill it with something. And I'm going to fill it with not a gradient, which I normally do. I'm going to go for filters, down to noise and Perlin noise. Perlin noise, just a very basic noise, just give a lovely background, and you can modify the zoom, you zoom in, or you can have it like that, closer to the max, and click apply. Now you could combine it, you could make multiple noises, combine those to create even more interesting designs. But also you can use channels. You can find that in the window menu or view menu in Studio if you're using version 1. But you've got composite red, composite green, composite blue. If you're using CMYK, you'll see a different set. But I'm going to go for the red. Just select that line, composite red, and you can see then you've got this, all the rest become invisible. Anything I work with now, just in the red channel. So filters, and I can apply blurs. You can apply other things, of course. Filters, blurs, and I'm going to go for motion blur. And you can then move it around. You can see this is purely for the red channel. Change the rotation, the radius, and you can see more or less of the image. Click apply. Then go to green. Makes sense, just click on it. So it's now green is the active one. Filters, and now the blur again. You could use one of the other blurs, a radial blur in between. Perfect reasonable as well. But motion blur, and you can change the angle for that. And then maybe change the radius, rotation, click apply. You could leave the blue totally untouched. But I'm selecting that, and again, filters, go down to blur, and down to motion blur. And then just rotate this around. Just move it around, different angle, maybe different strength, click apply. Once you finish, to bring it back, all back to RGB, just click here. And you can see, now sometimes the result doesn't look great. Sometimes experimentation, you might find it doesn't work. And you think, well, that's not great. But always a good option, filters, down to colours and auto levels. Yes, I think that looks okay. Doesn't have as much colour in it as I would like, but it's fairly okay. Next step, go to filters and use distort and deform. But I can do that also in red and green blue, and that does bring in some colour. So let's just go to composite red again. Just make certain that's clicked. Filters, distort and deform. Now you could use rigid, but I like similarity. Always prefer that, and I prefer to always stretch it outwards, so it's just going out from that centre. And you just need to add some pins, and you can add different pins for the image, for the red channel or the green channel or the blue. So I'm going with 4 here, and you can see then you get this lovely dragging out. You can pull it out, distort it in all kinds of ways. And distort it like that, click apply. That's for red. Then I can go to green, do exactly the same. Filters, or use another one. There's loads of them here, but this one I'm going to go for deform, and I'm going to maybe add 5 or 6. So you can add them all over the place, and again, similarity. Don't have to, you could go with rigid. And then just drag. If it doesn't select, just select it again. Sometimes it doesn't, you just click on it, and it's just slightly away from it, and it fails. But normally on the second or third, it does eventually. And you can drag in as well. So you can always add additional pins, some additional pins there, drag it out again. I try to avoid dragging the layer in. Don't want that. So click apply. So you've got that design. You don't have to go with the blue, but I'm going to go with the blue. And filters, and again, down to distort and deform. And you can change the master. Don't have to keep it 100%. I always generally keep it 100%, but you can reduce it down. And again, you can add pins, maybe making it a row. It is a pity there's no feature for sort of presets where you can set up a preset for these. Because I think it's quite nice. You can make sort of zigzag designs, all sort of different distortion designs that you end up, there's rigid, I don't want that one, similarity. You can always go to it afterwards. Always try it out. And again, just pull some in. If it's not right, you can always go back to it or undo. Click apply. Now, set it back again, just click here. So just there, and now you've got quite a colourful design. And again, if you want to, maybe go and try out filters, colours, auto levels. Up to you. Again, you could blur it because there's some not imperfections appearing here. So maybe go to filters, blur and Gaussian blur just to smooth it a bit and click apply. Well, once you've got that, well, you can turn it into a pattern. It's a nice colourful design, great for patterns. Make certain the channel is selected. So there it is, that's there. Go to layer and new pattern layer from selection. With the move tool selected, go up here and go with mirror. And you can move it around. I always love mirror because I'm going to do a few more deformed distortions and that just works so much nicer. You can see the design, which is fine. The pattern is great, but you can work on it a little bit more to make it even more unusual. And also you can delete this one. If you don't want that background layer, you can always remove it and lock it. Avoids it being moved around. So with this pattern, I can then go to filters again, but I can also do it by channels. Composite red, go into composite red, there's that. And you can go to filters, distort and deform. You don't have to use it again, you could use mirror or anything else. Similarity, and again drag outwards so you can distort it, and you can see you can create some very weird and wonderful sort of lovely spiral and curls and things just by doing this. Now it's always a pity that there's not more features to modify the result of the pins. I mean, you can just bring those in, but it would be nice if there was some other algorithms could be applied. But anyway, that there isn't. So you go with what you got, and then you can go to composite green. Now you can move this around as well if you want. Let's just move that there. You can resize it, maybe reduce it down. And again, filters, distort and deform. I'm not going to use the same deform. Similarity, and you can add pins here, just around there. And again, drag outwards. Just want to avoid getting these black lines here. Don't have to, of course. Fine. If you can't and you see them afterwards, well, just always undo. Yeah, that's fine. Click apply. So you've got this, and then composite blue. And you can see you're building up quite a complex design now. And again, rotate it, whatever, doesn't matter. Just move it around, and then filters. Let's say you could use something else. Maybe go with mirror. You can see you can get a mirror effect in there as well. Whole range of different possible designs. Something like that. And that's blue. Click apply. Put it back again, all the way back, and you can see the end result. And if it isn't right, if you're not happy with it, just undo. Always undo. Maybe the design you get when you undo, you might think, yes, you know what, that works better than the end result you had before. Never ever needs to be one finished position. Then go to layers, and you can select that layer. You can move it around, resize it, shear it, and also there you can rotate it there and apply effects. You can always go to filters, repeat mirror, or distort and deform and apply that. But literally infinite amount of designs can be created using color channels as well as using filters in Affinity Photo. Hope you found this tutorial of interest. Any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you much.